morning VC, George back with another video. Just recent finds last 2 days really. I've got 7 records to show. Got one earlier in the week. Got a bit of toothache, so it's a bit swollen, so I'll fire through this. Got loads of drugs in me, so it's not so bad. So I went into my record shop, pick up 2 pre-orders yesterday. And he had this in the front of one of the bins. Kraftwerk Autobahn, 1974. This is the first UK issue. Vertigo spaceship label. So I thought this was a album that broke Kraftwerk. They had 3 albums previous. I had the first 2 in a gopher and I sold it at one point. Now it goes for a bit of money. So this is the 4th album, and this first album that they went as a 4-piece band. The songs are better and there's more obviously musical content. Yeah, the album, it broke them to the world basically. I think they were, I think this hit number 7 in UK charts, number 4 maybe. And Autobahn, the single, was in the top 10 too. So Autobahn on here lasts for 22, well it's one side, 22.5 minutes. 4 tracks on the side 2. Yeah, it's a good album, just I've been wanting it for a long time. Just waiting till, I mean it was £20 he charged me, although he gave me a wee discount for the records I bought. So yeah, £20 is, for a UK original, it's pretty good. The cover's a wee bit beat up, probably to be expected on an album of this age. Yeah, so glad to get this in the collection. And also he's had this album for a while and I sort of stopped collecting them. The Windham Hill label, I was buying them if I could pick them up cheap, and this is William Ackerman, It Takes a Year. William Ackerman is a guitarist and it's just solo guitar in here. This is his 2nd album, 1977. The Windham Hill label, it's a nice kind of label. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I used to get the name New Age music, but never really liked that term myself. But the artwork and the quality of the vinyl on Windham Hill, the recordings are generally fantastic. William Ackerman. I think I have another couple of his albums in the collection. Yeah, £6 or £8 less a wee discount. I think it was £8. Yeah. So following on from my Matthew Halsall last week, my first album I got to say, so we're going to start buying more. I picked up this one at not a bad price. Matthew Halsall and Gondwana Orchestra. Into Forever. Lovely artwork. And on this, I think there's 11 tracks. I think 5 of the tracks are vocals. And Matthew plays trumpet, pretty atmospheric trumpet. Plays over the music a wee bit, well, not harshly so, it's all very structured. But this album's a wee bit with the vocals, is a wee bit like Alice Coltrane vocals. I'll try and do a clip there. Yeah, great album, great addition. I've only listened to these once as I got them yesterday. This was waiting for me, I was away for a couple of days. So this was at the house. Yeah, great addition. This is from 2015. I believe most of his albums were reissued. I think this is a near mint copy I managed to pick up for a good price. Matthew Halsall, Into Forever. Talking very well. Next off was an eBay purchase. McCoy Tyner trio, reaching fourth with Roy Haynes on bass and Henry Grimes on drums. On Impulse, this was first recorded in 1962. This is a US copy, I think 72 or 73. I don't remember. It's a good clean. Yeah, great album. McCoy Tyner, you can't go wrong. His second solo album, I believe. It's a lovely little jazz album. It's not too out there. I think two McCoy Tyner tracks, and there's a couple of standards. Old Devil Moon, Have You Met Miss Jones? I think maybe a couple of soundtrack tunes. 6 tracks, McCoy Tyner. It's always a pleasure to pick up McCoy Tyner. I think I paid on eBay about £12 or £13 for this. It's always great to pick up a US copy of any jazz stuff. McCoy Tyner, big favourite of mine. So the new Analog Productions series on Verve is Duke Ellington, John Coltrane, proper gatefold with all Impulse as they were when they were originally released. Original Impulse label. Fantastic album, great album. There's 6 tracks on here. Just one Coltrane track, Big Nick. The rest are basically more or less Duke Ellington tracks. Fantastic album. So 7 tracks. I think 4 of the tracks, so we've got 2 bass players and 2 drummers on this. So you've got Jimmy Garrison, Elvin Jones from McCoy's band, and I assume Aaron Bell and Sam Woodyard is Duke Ellington's, and they play on 3 tracks. Fantastic album, great jazz album, fantastic piano. A delight to get it. Latest Tone Poet. I seem to be a bit of a week behind here at the moment. There's problems with our storage facility. Grant Green, which is playing in the background, the Latin bit. It's from 1963, 4-1-1-1. Grant Green guitar, Johnny Asa piano, Wendell Marshall bass, Willie Bobo drums, Potato Valdez on conga, and Garvin Masu on Cherokee. So yeah, I mean the tracks Brazil, Mambo and Mama Ines, all sort of Latin tracks. Now Tone Poets, this is the 3rd Tone Poet by Grant Green. He's also done 3 classic, Blue Note classic reissues, and I'm sure there's another one in the off. Don't think I'll be buying it. Nice if you like a bit Latin jazz. Grant Green, the Latin bit. And last off, I have Analog Productions again, Muddy Waters, folk singer. The 1-step release. came earlier in the week. I've got 2,811. Fantastic. Sound quality. This is my 4th audiophile copy of this album. Back in the day, I think I got the classic records when they first made it. I don't know when that'd be, 2008 maybe, or earlier. I got a copy then I sold it and got a MoFi, second-hand MoFi copy, which was a stupid thing to do. I didn't know too much about classic records then. I think that was one of the first times I bought one of their albums. And so these one steps are on like super vinyl. You can, quite transparent. MoFi, then Analog Productions done a, did I say that was Analog Productions? It's MoFi. Analog Productions done a 2-disc 45. Sorry guys, I'm not thinking too well with the drugs I'm on. Analog Productions done a 2-disc 45, so invested in that, sold my other copy. And just sold that recently, or a few months ago when I knew that this was coming out. Went for the super vinyl from MoFi. Excellent it is. I know the album very well. So folk singer in the blues is a wee bit like Kind of Blue. Miles Davis Kind of Blue. It's sort of top folk blues album. So you get that. Nice wee buddy guy there, Willie Dixon. Nice wee package. Some session photographs. Okay guys, I'll dive off now. Struggling with my tooth. I may have to go to the dentist tomorrow. Okay, have a good weekend.